All right, everyone, welcome back. I would be lying to you if I told you that I haven't recorded this 3 times, and for whatever reason, it hasn't worked. Apparently, Minecraft beta is not exactly the easiest thing in the world to record. The first time I recorded it, my voice wasn't recording. The second time I recorded it, it was just a black screen. The third time I recorded it, it recorded everything, but my microphone quality sounded like it was a 16-bit microphone. So now I've fixed it, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to give you a tour of what we've done already. But we'll talk about some cool topics while we go in there. So I'll start off with our build. This is our small cottage we made. As I open my inventory, you'll see everything that I do have. So I wasn't very wealthy to begin with. I only played for maybe about 2 hours or so. But this is where I decided to settle. We'll take a tour in a second, and I'll talk about why I love beta Minecraft while we're doing that. But first, let's tour the house. So this is a small cottage I made. I had a reference image from the Golden Age Minecraft Reddit page that I was inspired by. So I made something that looks similar to it. It's not exactly the same, but yeah, it kind of has my own twist on it. And it was a cool little template. So it's one thing that's going to be cool about this series as I fill in these blocks right here. Is that I'm going to retain that Moonglow style, that very fantasy magical style, but we're just going to kind of reform that to a very beta build palette and build shape. So that's what we've done here is we have this small little cottage. And as we head inside, this is what the inside looks like. So I'll put some clips right now of me designing this interior before I go ahead and tour it for you guys. So it was quite fun, and it's very unfortunate that my recording was not working, but obviously I know that the microphone quality is a very big part of this channel, so I need to make sure that everything is done to the way it should be. But this is what we have on the inside here. So first off, if you go to the right, this is our small little living room where we will be starting the episodes from, so we can chat about what builds we're going to do for the day from this spot. Moving on, we have the utility section. So this is where all of the smelting and crafting will be taking place in this small little cottage with a nice view of the lake from this window. Then here we have the kitchen area. I'm planning on putting a dispenser here with a button, so we can just press that and the food will come out from the dispenser. Obviously we have this bush and this painting right here to liven up the room a little bit. Now we have the storage system. This is just obviously very basic. This is just our starter house, so we don't need all that much. And so this room, this chest is for blocks, and this one is for items. Now if we head upstairs, this is where the bedroom is right here. So I've tried to lay it out like a real house by having separate rooms. And right here, this is obviously just where we sleep, so not much being kept in this room with a nice little window right there, which you can barely see out of, but it just lets in some daylight. And then this is where the basement is going to be. Haven't dug that out yet. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start touring around the area so you guys can see it. And it's what I planned to have for this series, and why I'm making it in the first place is I would love to have my viewers incorporate a lot of the building process on this world. So that just means that you guys are going to leave your comments of what I should build next. I'm actually going to stand by for a second while the sun sets, and I'll come back to you in the morning. All right, so I'll take you guys for a little tour around the area, and we'll discuss why I'm making this series in the first place. So the first thing I wanted to mention of why I'm making this series is because I really want to incorporate my viewers into the channel. So that just means I want to have you guys in the comments submit what I should build for the next episode, and whatever comment that I like the most and I find the most interesting is what we'll do for the next episode. And I plan on, having a sign or something out there, maybe something during the video to obviously tell who requested that idea. And so that way we'll have many, many, many buildings around this world. A few nice castles, many little houses, little projects, all of this cool stuff around here. As that creeper is going after me, I'm going to not worry about that. The boats are very clumsy in this version. I'm going to have lots of little buildings around here, and every one of them will be dedicated to one of you guys. So I think that's a really cool way to get you guys involved in the world. And from there on, I did want to say this series, by the way, is not going to replace the single player world. I'm just going to be doing both at the same time. I really enjoy playing both versions of Minecraft. I'm not, limited to just one. So they're kind of like playing different games, which is going to segue into our next point, as I really need that iron. So I am going to, hopefully that boat doesn't take off on me. I'm definitely going to grab some of this while I'm out here. Modern Minecraft is very unique in a way where there's lots and lots of different things to do, right? It's a very, very feature-packed version, so you basically can never run out of things to do because there's just so much to do in that version that whatever your mind thinks of, you can get that done. Whereas in this version, it's a little bit different. You're kind of forced to be creative in this version because there isn't that much content in the what the heck was that? There isn't that much content in the game to begin with. So you really have to kind of get out there and just be creative. You have to force yourself to create the storylines for your world. And that's what I really enjoy about it is with the help of you guys, I think we could create some really cool things because of the fact that we kind of have to create our own lore, right? There isn't any lore in this version. You're kind of just spawned into the world and that's about it. Whereas in the newer versions of the game, there is a little bit of lore behind it, right? There's a little bit of direction, and you obviously have lots of generated structures which you could visit. Where in this version, the only generated structure is the dungeon. That's the only thing that shows up in this version. So it's very important that you create your own storylines. There are lots and lots of creepers today, I am noticing. They are quite everywhere. So I really enjoy that about this version, which allows for us to incorporate the viewers, right? Because the viewers are going to be contributing to a lot of the builds, and I'm not going to go down there and get that. I can already tell I am not going to survive if I go down there because there is too many mobs. One thing about this version, if you've never played it before, it is way more deadly than the newer version, right? So it's very difficult to survive because the mobs do a lot of damage, and the speed of which you travel is obviously much slower, so it's hard to get away from them when they start chasing you. Yeah, something about beta Minecraft that I just really want to mention is just how magical the landscape feels. It feels so fantasy-like, and the new versions are obviously really cool, right? They've really improved the generation, and I think we have to thank the devs for doing that. But the one thing that I feel kind of lacks from the modern version is just how magical and how fantasy it feels. This world does not look realistic at all that I'm standing in, right? But I think that's actually such a help to the game in this version because everything is so blocky, it's so fantasy looking, the way that the terrain generates with these weird looking hills and overhangs and giant trees, it just doesn't look like a real world to me. It looks like a video game, and I really enjoy that about this version. But that's not to say that I don't enjoy the modern terrain generation either. I actually really do enjoy the modern terrain generation. I think it looks very cool. And it's just kind of like, you have to think of it like you're playing two different games, right? This is a very blocky, bare bones version of Minecraft, and you kind of have to play it like that. There's not that many blocks to choose from when you're building. As you can see, I've only used 5, I think there. The bricks, oak, white wool, sand, cobblestone, and stone. So those are the only 5 blocks that I used. And I was able to make it look nice just by using some different methods like texturing and whatnot. Whereas in the modern version, we have so many different blocks that if I were to make this build again in the modern version, it would look totally different. Like, it wouldn't even look the same. So maybe I'll do that in my single player world. We could remake this house and I'd show you guys what it would look like in modern versions of Minecraft. But I think that's going to be it for this episode. I just wanted it to be a short one. Obviously, I messed up the recording, so that really stinks for us, which means in the next episode, hopefully you guys will submit some comments about what I could build in the next one. That way, we can get started on building some cool stuff. So if you have any ideas that you want to share and what we should build around this area, please be sure to let me know. As for now, I am going to take care of a lot of the grindy stuff of this game. Obviously, this version is a little bit more slower paced, so it's a little harder to get the diamond tools, and there is no enchanting or anything like that. Just making sure that's not a creeper. It's a pig. Obviously, there's no enchanting or no netherite tools or beacons or stuff. So the building process is a lot slower, which means that we are going to have to go mining for some diamonds, which I will take care of off camera because that is very, very boring and not something that I really want to show on my channel because I'm not really a Minecraft Let's Play channel. I think of myself of more as a Minecraft survival building channel. That's the best way to explain it. So I'm much more heavily focused on the building and the ideas part instead of the actual survival Let's Play style. So that's what is going to be coming in the next episode. So I will try to take care of as much as that stuff as possible. But that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I think that's about it.